This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Katie Cook. We start off tonight with breaking news out of California. Five-time NBA champion Kobe Bryant is dead following a Sunday morning helicopter crash. Sports reporter Camille Gear joins us in studio with more. Camille?
Well, Katie, this is terrible news today that has struck not only the sports world, but Kobe fans across the country. TMZ was the first to report that Kobe, along with 8 others, died when his helicopter crashed in the hills of Calabasas, California, an upscale neighborhood of Los Angeles. This is the video of the crash scene. Bryant and his oldest daughter, 13-year-old Gianna, were on board when it crashed. They were on the way to her travel basketball game with another parent and player on board. Bryant was known to travel by helicopter, sometimes even arriving to Lakers games in one. Here's what a Los Angeles firefighter official said about the scene.
Individuals that saw the aircraft said it was coming down at a fairly significant rate of speed and impacted the ground on the hillside behind me here and started a approximately quarter-acre brush fire.
The president and athletes across the sports world are sharing their condolences and memories of the NBA great on social media. There was President Trump's, along with Miami Heat great Dwayne Wade and former Kentucky star Tyler Hero took to Twitter, and even NFL quarterback Tom Brady, who posted both on Twitter and Instagram sharing his thoughts on Bryant's death. We will have more on Bryant's death and his impact on the sport of basketball coming up in sports. Katie?
Thank you, Camille. And many in Pike County are still devastated tonight. Very little remains from the Artist Collaborative Theater in Elkhorn City after a fire. Witnesses noticed the fire around 5:30 yesterday evening. Hours later, multiple fire departments put the fire out, but around 6 this morning it rekindled and brought the rest of the building down. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher talked with those who say the show must go on.
It began as a smoky scene Saturday.
And I don't know that I could get here quick enough. It was the longest drive.
Apparent damage to the Artist Collaborative Theater. However, most of it remained.
When we left here last night, there were still walls standing.
But Dr. Janessa Kilgore Bowling says around 6 Sunday morning.
But getting here, seeing it today, it's surreal.
Rekindling flames brought a total loss for not only those who spent their life inside, but the community.
This is just our building. This is not our theater. Our theater was made up of the people who were on the sidewalk last night, loving each other and holding each other up.
An emotional moment for many, like Scott Sykes.
And the only thing I knew to do was to capture the moment.
Those guys are here trying to save this important part of our community.
As word spread about the fire,
the response was just incredible.
Countless people are reaching out to learn what they can do to help.
The curtain has closed on this building, but it's opened the hearts of our community.
But as the old saying goes,
it is never over. The show must go on, right?
Members are already brainstorming ways to continue the act. In Pike County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
The Artist Collaborative Theater is a nonprofit, all-volunteer community theater. If you would like to donate, we have information about how to do so on our website, WYMT.com. Well, today the firefighter and first responder community laid longtime firefighter Ed Feltner to rest. He died of a heart attack on Wednesday at the age of 64. Feltner was a firefighter in the community for more than 3 decades. His time of service ending at Lost Creek Volunteer Fire Department. 9 months ago, he began working at Maggard Funeral Homes. All who worked with him say he never complained and was a light to be around.
If you put him in a crowd of 200 people, he would know them and they would know him before he left.
Feltner impacted many, especially his family at Lost Creek Fire Department. Several fire departments were present to honor Feltner. WYMT's Lacey Roberts will have more from them and remembering his life tonight at 11.
Well, some of us are now starting to see a little bit of those light showers entering into the region, but most of us staying on the dry side still. If you look over at the University of Virginia, Cameron Wise, you can see some beautiful conditions there, especially this afternoon. They even saw those clouds clear away a little bit, got some sunshine. Clouds have started to come back though as we've gone into the evening hours, and you can see that here on satellite and radar as well. And there's those showers that have kind of started to cross over the border from Tennessee and into Kentucky, and those are going to kind of continue to stay throughout the night. However, they're going to be very scattered for tonight, and they're not really going to ramp up till we go into tomorrow morning. Temperatures though are still much on the warmer side. A lot of us still in those 40s, so quite warmer than what we were seeing this time yesterday. Yesterday we were in those 30s, a little bit chillier out there, but I'll let you know a little bit more about these rain chances that are going to arrive tonight and when we can expect sunshine to finally return back into the mountains a little bit later. Katie?
Thank you, Brooke. Well, officials from the Laurel County Sheriff's Office say deputies arrested 2 people after someone reported a fight. When deputies arrived to the scene, they say 32-year-old Justin Jones of London fled on foot. The deputy chased Jones on foot for more than 100 yards before he was taken into custody. As the investigation continued, deputies tried to find the other person involved in the initial complaint. They said they found 32-year-old Tanya Smith hiding in the back room of a house. Jones and Smith were both taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. And a Laurel County man who pled guilty to manslaughter will receive his sentence tomorrow. Josh Stouffer was arrested about 6 months ago. Police found he was intoxicated when a crash happened in 2018, killing his wife. Krista Frost talked with his family about the closure they're finally getting.
Everybody loved her. She lit up the world, you know. She never knew what it was to drink or do drugs.
A hardworking girl, that's how friends and family described Charity Stouffer. She died in a crash in November of 2018. The person behind the wheel, her husband, Josh Stouffer.
He had to plead guilty. He took a 13-year plea bargain because if it went to trial, he would have got more.
13 years behind bars is what he's facing. That's following charges of manslaughter and assault officers tacked on from toxicology reports showing he was intoxicated at the time of the crash. More than a year after Charity's death, her mother says she's finally beginning to work through this.
But hearing him say he was guilty of driving the vehicle that cut in front of the truck that killed my daughter, it brought closure to me.
But she says the hardest part now, it's helping her grandchildren through this loss.
Her kids was her life.
And helping her youngest grandson with what she can.
He is 6 years old now. And he told my granddaughters last night, he said every time, he says, Mommy's going to wake up tomorrow.
In Laurel County, Krista Frost, WKYT.
Josh Stouffer is scheduled to be sentenced tomorrow in Laurel County at 1. We'll have more Mountain News Weekend Edition when we come back.